So today we are going to install the Antigravity lithium-ion battery. I'm actually like super excited. I waited a little while for this battery and they finally got it in stock, and yes, I'm very excited for this. It's a lithium-ion battery with something in which that they call restart technology, and I will explain that as I go. So today we're going to install it. A battery install is really quite simple. This video will work for, for the most part, any sport bike. You just kind of look around the seat and figure out whether or not you have to pull something off, and on this bike you do. I think 2013s are the same, but definitely 2014 Gsxr 600 and 750 and up as of right now. They haven't made a whole lot of changes to the bike, so yeah, it still applies. But anyways, we're gonna install this bad boy. So we gotta take this off. Start here. Underneath here, there's just a little tab that is tucked underneath here. And you just kind of finagle it out. See? What? So right underneath here is like some plastic type industrial Velcro stuff. And then there's like a wing over here tucked in there. So right here, we pull firmly, but like not abruptly. You don't want to crack them. You can, even though it's just held on by like a type of Velcro. Just kind of slowly wedge your way over. And then there's this doodah. There's this thingy back here, like somewhere around here, that plugs into that hole. And we literally just like repeat the exact same thing over here. Starting with the front, bring that tabby forward, slowly and carefully apply enough pressure to get that Velcro to let go. Careful not to break them. Pull out the little thing from the hole, and the wing just easily comes out. So this weird like industrial Velcro, like it's complicated. I hate to even call it like a Velcro. It's more like just like a whole bunch of little plastic fingers, and like if you just set them on each other, they don't seat. You gotta like give them a nice firm, and as you give them a firm, they like click together. But I'm kind of noticing after the amount of times I've had these on and off the bike, it kind of sort of looks like they're getting like damaged. Some of them are like bent or just missing, for that matter. Honestly, I don't think it's anything I'm doing. I think it's just by default. They're really, really fine little pieces of like very stiff plastic. It's weird, and just keep that in mind. At some point, you might have to replace this stuff after a lot of years and a lot of miles and a lot of seat pulls. Probably tank pulls too, I'm not sure. Anyways, I guess step 1 is buy a battery from Antigravity. Step 2 is remove these things. Step 3, we need an Allen wrench to remove the seat. Okay, so that is the right size. What size is that? I guess like it doesn't just like, you gotta kind of slide it forward just a little bit, because it has these thingies on the back that kind of go up underneath that fairing. So you just kind of pick it up in a forward motion, and well, we're into the battery. Take your Phillips screwdriver, it's the plus side. So that's all you need is an Allen wrench and a Phillips screwdriver. So you just unscrew it and then just lift this thingy up. Do the same over here. You take this red cap off, unscrew it, and just lift the thingy up. There. Oh my god, this is heavy. Wow, compared to the Antigravity, this is actually really heavy. So I just went to go look for my scale. My scale has a dead battery. Imagine that. This is so light compared to this. Like, oh my god, this is heavy. This is awesome. So they give you, I've already uncovered 2 of the points that I'm going to use, but they give you 4. So you can mount it whichever way. And then, oh, what did I do with the screws? Oh, let's take this heavy ass thing out. So I placed the battery in here. We have our screws, but then we have our blocks. These blocks have to go in here. So little circles here, they're open on the side, and you slide a block in. I really don't want to drop it, so I'm going to do one at a time. See if I can just lift up a little bit, finagle that in there. You don't even have to finagle, it literally just slides in so easy, but that's just it. It slides back out so easy too. So I'm going to highly recommend, before you even try to put in the other side, go ahead and put your lead, get it on there, line up your hole. Put your screw in. That way it locks that block in so you can get the other block in. Okay. Cover the red cap. Now come over to this side and do the same thing. Kind of just lift the corner of it a hairpin, slide that little block in. Put your lead down, line your holes up. Battery has been installed. Let's get a test start really fast. Alright, great. It started off. I really don't like to start things up and turn them right back off like immediately, but it is kind of late and I do have neighbors and I don't really want to piss them off. Yeah, so that's the one exception that I did it for you guys for this video. Anyhow, let's get it put back together. Seat. Remember these tabbies? They're gonna kind of like, you're gonna, remember how you like this way to get it off? You're gonna kind of that way to get it on. But you wanna tuck those up underneath that fairing there. Just kind of, there we go. Finagle it a little. Lots of finagling, I'll be honest. Oh, looks like my camera fell a little bit. Lots of finagling with things. So all we're gonna do now is line up. What we wanna do is line up these holes. See, nice and lined up. I'm gonna take one of these. We took it out, so we're just using the same part to put right back in. That one's in. Other side. One, they have different sides. Make sure you get the right side on the right side. It's gonna go in this way because this tabby goes under that fairing. This wing goes underneath the seat. This pokey thing plugs into something, and then we have the industrial Velcro. So I always start with this plug first. Line that plug up. See the hole? That's the hole for the plug. That right there. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, yeah. So that's the hole that thing goes in. So first, kind of tuck that wing underneath your seat here, and kind of come from the bottom and line up that thingy to the hole, and then push. I still have my thumb where that thingy is because I don't want it to come out. Come over here and tuck this wing underneath the tank. Technically, it's now in place. Now, just do this. Not too hard, but a nice firm to get that industrial Velcro to grip. Once again, we have our hole that our little thingy goes into. Come down below and line that up. Yeah, let's get it in there. Give it a push. Okay, it's now in there. Now hold it here and come to tuck this in under here, and then just, the reason we kind of pound on this, once everything's all lined up and that thingy's in and the tab underneath the tank up there, and then we just kind of Nothing too crazy, nothing too hard, just some firm pounds. So like those plastic finger things, they kind of almost resist each other at first. Like there's a whole bunch of them, and as you like some firm, then they like really seat and they grab really well, really well. One of the other things I want to talk about this battery is, where is it? I know it says it. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. It's like right there. The restart technology. So there's a button on top of the battery. I should have showed you. I might have a clip where I can insert that, and the button is right here. And what this battery does is, your battery holds X amount of juice, you leave a light on or something, and your juice starts to die down. Eventually, your juice just goes. So what this battery actually does, it goes into like the sleep mode and kind of fake dies out. So like you got your juice, and as your juice dies down, before it runs out, it fakes itself out and basically acts like a dead battery to itself. However, if you remove your seat really quick and push the restart technology, it saves you enough battery for a start or two. It's awesome right there. Not worried about asking for people to help me or anything like that. You never know what kind of people you're gonna run into, or places that you go, or where you're gonna end up stuck or whatnot because of something just so stupid, because like you left your light on or something like that. So with this is solvable myself. I don't have to ask. I know you can bump start bikes, but I'm not always in a situation to bump start it. I can't. No, I'm not always near a hill. I can't necessarily push it myself and bump start it. That's complicated. And I'm just not always in a position to. Sometimes I'm like on dirt roads, or it's just, this simplifies things. With just a simple, I don't even need a screwdriver, just a simple Allen wrench. I can quickly access the battery, get the restart technology, and be on my way. Now I will say this, I know cars work this way. I'm not sure about bikes actually. I'm gonna say I'm like 95% sure that this is gonna be the same with a bike as it is with a car. On a car, you have something called an alternator. Your alternator recharges your battery. So if you end up with a dead battery and something gives you a jump start, gives you just enough juice to get your car started, and then you go drive around and your alternator literally recharges the battery. But that takes a little bit of time. Motorcycles, well, they have stators, and your stator basically works a lot like your alternator, and as you drive around, it literally recharges your battery. So if you do have to take advantage of the restart technology, I wouldn't suggest stopping right away, because the way it works in a car, I'm assuming it works the same in a bike, but the battery doesn't just charge when it's just, say, on running and sitting still. It actually has to be moving. So I would say in a car, if you had a dead battery and got a jump, you probably wouldn't want to turn it off for really a minimum of 20 minutes, but 40 is probably better. I would say the same thing. If you have to take advantage of your restart technology, you need to be up and moving. You can't just move at like, say, 10 or 15 miles an hour. You have to be going like 45 plus for about 20 minutes. 40 is even better. You're actually going to get the charging when you go a little bit faster. Don't get me wrong, if you're headed home and you can just go and charge it, and maybe you're only 10 minutes away, go ahead, go home, throw it on the charger. But if you're farther away from home and you have like more places to go or whatnot, don't shut it off for the next 20 to 40 minutes of actively moving. The restart technology does eventually wear out. The little bit of juice that it saves. Once you exhaust the juice that it saved, you are then, kind of shit out of luck. So if you do have to take advantage of the restart technology, just keep moving for a little bit, so that way the stator can do its job and recharge the battery, and then you are good to go and you can use your restart technology all over again. So thank you, Antigravity batteries. I super appreciate it. That's a whole nother thing. If people are always trying to drop weight on their bike, this would be, I would say, in a sense, the biggest bang for your buck as far as weight droppage. I just went to go get my scale. The scale has a dead battery, so unfortunately I couldn't put these batteries on a scale for you today. I will see if I can get the information for how much this battery weighs versus the other one, but for the most part, as far as expense for weight drop, this is your biggest bang for your buck with lithium-ion battery. Make sure to click the like button, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell turned on. There's going to be a lot more videos coming your way. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I absolutely enjoy the interaction with you guys. Please comment something below. So that's the end of our battery install for 2014 and up Gsxr 600 and 750. Bye guys. This video will work for at least, I think you throw this out, I'll be honest. Honestly, it took me longer to make this video than it actually takes to change the battery. Changing the battery is actually pretty quick, but in order to make this video, well, it made it a little bit more time consuming, but to be honest, even as a first time person, you can do your battery in 10 minutes. Like, it is super easy.